Hello there, Cata here, bringing to you another edition of Language Bites. Today, I bring a bunch of structures that I believe will be especially useful when you have to deliver a presentation, write a persuasive report, participate in a negotiation, or be emphatic in general. Let's see some resources when emphasizing your point. The first and perhaps the most classic one is that of using lists of three. Easy. They can be a list of three adjectives. This product is well designed, it's reliable, and it's cheap. It can be a list of more complex ideas, such as this. The training program was a great success. Firstly, it was practical. Secondly, it was effective. And thirdly, and most importantly, it gave us the best value for our money. Here I am making these lists or marking the elements by means of sequencers such as firstly, secondly, and thirdly, because I'm dealing with more complex ideas. And note that I am dividing them by means of semicolons. And we have a third one, a quote by Obama. A man touched down on the moon. A wall came down in Berlin. A world was connected by our science and imagination. All right. Now, we can use superlative forms to emphasize by means of the best. It is one of the best white goods manufacturers in the world. Of course, combining them with phrases like in the world. It was the most innovative training session I'd ever attended. Again, it was the most with ever, and of course, the perfective. Now, we can also use contrasting ideas, two contrasting ideas. Let's see how. We should look at what we do well and what we need to improve, right? Both. Plato believed rhetoric was to truth as cookery was to medicine. Two seemingly unrelated ideas that have, of course, something in common underlying. Now, to create a bigger impact, we can use interesting or extreme adjectives. Move a little bit beyond common adjectives, which, of course, there's nothing wrong with them, but we want to make an impact. So, instead of saying changeable markets, we can use turbulent, volatile markets. Instead of flexible general managers, versatile general managers. Instead of negative, the word negative, pejorative, in the pejorative sense of the word. And last, and this one has become a rather classic of ours here at Fine and Flow, a challenging problem instead of a difficult problem. We're moving beyond the realm of meaning to talk about impact. Now, we can emphasize a negative statement. Sorry about that. By means of some ready-made phrases. This course is anything but challenging. This means it's too easy. What we're doing here is using anything but and a negative adjective. The student didn't do any homework whatsoever at all. These are negative statements with this punch at the end that whatsoever or at all provide. And last, it isn't what you know, it's who you know. I think this one is the best of both worlds. I mean, it's a negative statement, but it's also a contrastive idea. Or perhaps the contrast is made by means of the negative. Food for thought. Let's take a look at some cleft sentences. What do we do with cleft sentences? We reorganize the information. See what I mean. I'd like to talk about our latest training program, neutral. What I'd like to talk about is our latest training program. Or I can even change it. Our latest training program is what I'd like to talk about. Whatever I bring to the beginning, and this applies to every topic, whatever I bring to the beginning is what I want you to pay attention to. See this one. Company A bought Company B. It was Company A that bought Company B. See how proficient they sound. And last, they make cheap products. They don't produce good quality products. So, they make cheap products. What they don't do is produce good quality ones. And this contrast and this punch is way more effective than any of the first versions, even though I'm saying the same. That's why I insist we move beyond the realm of meaning to enter the realm of impact. Let's take a look at inversion, which follows the same idea. Whatever I bring first is where I want the reader to pay attention, or the listener. He's extremely successful. He's also a nice guy. Now, here my verb is the verb to be, is. What I need to do is bring it to the very beginning, before the subject. Not only is he extremely successful, but he's also a nice guy. And we're going to do something similar with they won the contract, they got government funding too. Two good ideas, but here my verb is won and got. So for won, or whichever I want to bring at the very beginning for this inversion, I'm going to need the auxiliary. See what I mean. Not only did they win the contract, but they also got government funding. Not only did they, not only is he. I'm inverting subject and verb for the verb to be, or I'm placing the auxiliary before the subject for any other verb, as we would do in any question. Let's take a look at other emphatic expressions before we go. The company wasn't doing well, to say the least. That impact that I was mentioning before. In fact, that brings me to my next point. Their development program was, above all, highly practical. So, a little recap as what we have seen today: lists of three, superlative forms and extreme adjectives, contrasts and negative statements, and cleft sentences and inversion. A lot of information to start putting into practice. How? Well, as you know, you can find 2 activities in the description box down below. So, now you know. And if you'd like to know more about English, and if you'd like to have videos on these individual topics, make sure to follow us and contact us and let us know. All right. Thanks for watching.